Hey, we're out here at Word of Life, wanting to see what their problem is with the fire marshal.
Hey, Representative Sparks, come on in.
Hey man, how you doing?
I'm great.
Thanks for your phone call.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is our temporary facility.
Okay.
We've been in for almost 180 days.
Okay.
We moved from Sam Ridley Parkway and had sold most of our property there, but found ourselves needing to find a place to have church.
Okay.
And you can't just stick 300 people anywhere. So we worked with the county to build this facility. And multiple usage of a 180-day temporary facility is what we had agreed upon initially.
Yeah.
So porta pad. These are
Who done your pad here?
Hollingshead.
Oh, Mike Jeff did good.
Yep.
They did a good job.
They did a great job.
Good,
they did a great job. They expanded the skirt so that we would have parking for handicap parking and also sidewalk that surrounds it, so there would be safe exit in the event that there's a fire.
Yeah. So what do you got going on today? I see some kids here.
This is our Parents' Day Out program.
Okay.
It runs on Monday, Wednesday, and Tuesday, Thursday.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay. How many acres you have here?
So this is between 55 and 56 acres total.
Wow. Wow. Was that a good move? Y'all selling your property over there?
It was.
Yeah.
We were the holdout on the Parkway, and we worked with some great people who had developed a lot of areas in Smyrna, and they've been great to work with, and we've developed a great relationship.
So Smyrna was good to work with?
Smyrna was great to work with.
Yeah.
Our buyers were great to work with, and glad to get that Freddy's.
Yeah, man, that looks good over there now.
It really does.
It really does.
It really does. So this is our main sanctuary. It's 50 by 84. We have a total of 238 chairs on the floor. So we open.
What are you allowed to have?
Well, it's rated for 600, but you can't fit 600 people in there because there's nearly 790 square feet of stage.
Oh wow! Okay.
So,
and what's this building made out of?
It's an aluminum frame with a vinyl covering, and then on the inside is insulation. We've got 8 HVAC units.
8, really?
6 for here and 2 for the front.
Okay.
Front tents. We run 2 services. We opened in August. We started the process in September of 2020. We moved in August of 2021. We're running 2 services on Sunday, 9 a.m. and 11 a.m.
What's been some of the challenges with trying to make this move?
I don't think that this has ever been done before. So I think the county has, because we're in the county, we're not actually inside.
Where is Smart? What's city limits?
Is
it border?
It goes around us.
It goes around?
Yeah, because when this was a campground, and then it stopped being a campground, and it was vacant for years. It was never annexed into the town. Everything else was.
So you don't want to be annexed, or?
I'd love to be annexed.
You do?
We're Smyrna. You know, so it would eventually we'd like to do that. We just got in a place where we had to focus on having a place to worship.
Yeah.
And kind of put the annex to the back burner.
Yes. So what's your next step? You got a meeting later today?
So I have a meeting with our county mayor. Because what has been requested of us is that we submit this facility to the state fire marshal's office so that we can have the next 180-day temporary occupancy.
Okay.
And it's not you can't do that because they deal with permanent buildings. This is not a permanent building, it's a temporary building. It's meant to be taken down. I don't want to stay here. This is facilitating a need until we continue on and finish our building that you passed coming in.
Okay.
We've already got, the pad is down.
Yeah.
Utilities are already dug.
Yeah. So how many fire exits you have here?
We have 4 in here.
Yep.
These 2 in the back are designed for handicap as far as the width of the aisle so that we can get people, means of egress is set up for handicap. We've got fire extinguishers at every door. We have
so fire extinguisher at every single door.
Every door.
What about out front?
Lighted exit. This is probably the only tent in existence with lighted exit doors.
Yeah. And out front you've got fire extinguisher there too.
Yeah, got a fire extinguisher up
front.
We have exit. There's exits everywhere.
Okay.
We can get people out, and we also have a safety exit. This is posted at every door.
Good. So is it? I know they're concerned with fire safety, is what they're saying. What kind of feedback are you getting from the county then? How are they trying to work with you?
Well, they've made it clear that we need to work with the state fire marshal, and if we can't, then we're going to look at having to close the building down.
What kind of terminology they use?
If we don't have documentation from the Tennessee State Fire Marshal's office on day 180, then on day 181 they're locking the doors with chains.
So they'll lock the doors with chains.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you a praying man?
Yeah, a little more extra the past few weeks. We've been working on this for months, trying to work out how to proceed. We don't have water out here yet. Our utilities end at the main site.
Okay.
So we've got a restroom trailer that we pay a lease on.
Oh, really?
So
okay.
there's no water lines out here. So, for instance, they talked about putting a sprinkler system in, which defies logic to have to put a sprinkler system in a tent. But in order for that to take place, there's no water for us to tap into. We'd have to set up a tank system or run water out here. Either one's going to cost us $100,000.
Really?
Yeah.
How much
get a tank system, you're $90,000. If I run water, the utility ends at the street, and we're a long ways from the street, so that'd be $160,000 that I'd have to spend just to get water out here.
Wow.
And we're not going to stay in this building, so I'm not going to dump all that money.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
What kind of, you may not want to, you being a pastor, you may not want to share it, but what kind of treatment have you got from officials from county?
I didn't expect.
Because you've never talked to Bill Kitchen about that. You've never talked to the mayor.
No, sir, I haven't talked to him about
What about
this.
your county commissioners?
They were involved in the planning commission meeting where this initiated, where we added this to the plans. This temporary facility to the plan. I didn't expect this to be as difficult as it was. We ran into a lot of difficulty. I don't know if it's because they'd never seen anything like this before, or I don't know if that's maybe how things go with Rutherford County, is they're sticklers on the details. But we had a lot of difficulty it took us 11 months to put this up. And
wow, really?
What'd
y'all do in the meantime?
We were meeting at the fountains for about a year, and it got to the place where we just couldn't do that anymore. So we met out on the parking lot for 6 months.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
With just a tent?
No, just just a stage and people.
You serious?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
We set up an FM transmitter so people could sit.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I mentioned that to my pastor during COVID.
Yeah. It worked. It was fine for a temporary fix, and we had chairs out front for those that wanted to sit out there.
Really?
But it just July and August it got really hot.
I bet.
So,
have you lost a lot of membership during all this transition?
It hasn't been too bad. Well, actually, along the way we've gained some families. It's just dealing with COVID. A lot of people, the consistency of people attending church has changed.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
dealing
definitely.
with that.
Yeah.
And being in a permanent structure would be a better situation than having to be in temporary structure. But I'm thankful for what we have.
Yeah.
It's better than being in the parking lot.
Yes, sir. I agree. What about? I see all the kids there. You're talking about you do a parents?
We have a Parents Day Out program that operates on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay,
So,
well that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we need it. That's for sure.
Yeah, our community. We've done a lot of work over the years with our community. Our food program, outreach program. We've done a lot to really engage with our community, and that's one of the things that we saw that was a need is medium to low income families have to have the ability to provide some sort of child care, even if they wanted to work part time. So that's what we provide.
Wow, how many children do you have here?
I don't know.
Yeah, I see a lot. I see a lot of cars
I'll let
out
other
there.
people work.
I see a lot of cars out there.
Yeah. It's a great program.
Well, in all fairness to the county, you haven't talked to the mayor, you haven't had a county commissioner contact you or anything, and
Not yet.
okay. But one thing that when I was on the phone with you, you really bragged about Smyrna.
I mentioned this in a letter I sent out this week. I moved here in '93. I've been in Smyrna for almost 30 years.
Yes, sir.
Graduated from Smyrna High School.
Oh, did you really?
Did.
What class year?
95.
95. Okay.
When I moved here, Simmerly was a 2-lane road, 55 mile an hour.
Yeah.
It's way different now.
Yeah.
We were part of the landscape for the park.
Oh yeah, y'all back there behind Catfish House.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all the second people to move in?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was us and the Cone Station, and we sold Catfish House their property.
You did, really?
Yeah, and sold the Prudential building, which is now the Roland
Yeah,
building.
yeah.
Sold him that property.
Who had the vision to buy that property over there?
That was my dad.
Your dad did?
He bought
Wow.
it in and around 95, 94, 95.
Wow.
Started developing it, sold some pieces off of it initially, and then built the church. We were in at 99, summer of 99.
Why did he buy the property? I mean, did he ever share anything with you about like
Well,
what gave him the insight to do that?
The Lord told him to buy it.
You think that stuff happens?
he directed him to buy that property, and short term, I could see where it was much needed.
Yeah.
We needed a building.
Yeah.
And in 99 we moved in, and he bought it for paying for by the acre.
Yeah.
When we sold it for by the square foot.
Amen. Yeah, you did. That's good. But no, you really bragged on Smyrna. You bragged on Brian Hercules. You bragged on, how Smyrna worked with you. You worked with Smyrna, and I think it's a wise move. It's a brilliant move. It's brilliant.
It really is. Town's eventually going to move this direction because there's not much else that can happen on the parkway. It's developed. So, and we had a hand in helping that development take place. We donated a portion of our property to provide the Potomac extension that happened. Yeah. And they moved the red light over. And, so, we tried to do our part.
Man, I cut through there the other day, and it really looks good. Yeah. I mean, it's my mom's over at traditional Smyrna nursing home, so I have to go over and help my mom out. And I was like, wow, this looks really good over there. I cut back from Old Nashville Highway from Laverne through there, and it really looks good. But I just wanted to get your story, and because a lot of folks don't realize. I mean, do you have a lobbyist, by the way?
No.
You don't. How come you don't have a lobbyist?
I don't know. I've never tried to get one.
Well, I don't think church has a lobbyist, does it?
I don't think churches have lobbyists, no.
Well, you need a liaison, you need an advocate. But anyways, we had an invocation from a pastor this morning. He talked about, we can't legislate morality, but let's certainly not try to legislate immorality. Mm-hmm. So I see this as a First Amendment issue. You don't have the freedom to assemble here. It's what it looks like. You got somebody threatening to shut your doors, chain your doors. Sadly, this isn't the first time I've witnessed this. I wish this was such an outlier, but we're in the Bible buckle. But think about what it'd be like to live in Chicago or Sacramento or New York or Detroit. And this is happening to you in Rutherford County.
I think that's let some of the wind out of my sails. I expected this to be an easier process.
Yeah.
And, I expect the people that work for us, the people, to do what they can to help instead of try to figure out the way to shut you down.
We need lobbyists. Seriously,
Yes,
I hate to say it. It's sad. That's where things are at. This is a First Amendment issue. And this is what I try to tell people. People aren't paying attention to the First Amendment.
No.
The First Amendment is under attack.
Yeah.
And there's different mechanisms and tools to attack something. And you can attack it with bureaucracy, you can attack it with excessive regulation, and maybe, frankly, people that don't care. But I will say this. I know our county, I know the mayor, I know county officials, I know Smyrna officials. Getting annexed to Smyrna, I don't know if that helps you, but you said you had a meeting with Kevin Rigsby?
Yeah, and we've been
town planner.
Yeah, I'd been talking to Brian Hercules about getting through that process.
Yeah.
But we've been so focused on trying to get this facility in place and then stay in here that's just one of the things we hadn't got to.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I can't advise you. I mean, I'm not an engineer or a planner, but just wanted to wish you best of luck with your meeting today. And just full disclaimer, you didn't ask me to do this video. I did this on my own.
You did,
okay, and
I appreciate it.
I told you I'd meet you out there. Well, just pray about this, and you're a praying man, right?
Yeah.
Well, you sound like you need a little bit of prayers. I think we all do. Well, good luck, and I guess we can follow back up and see how things go in the future.
Sure. Stop by anytime.
Thank you, Pastor.